Greetings, UAW Local 31. Dontay Wilson here with your Vice President, Tony Pryor. We're coming to you for the, what month is this? September update, executive update. We always try to do these monthly to keep this membership informed. This is no substitute for coming to the union meetings on every third Saturday of the month. Bring yourself to a union meeting. This is where we can talk a lot more and explicitly about our business for the UAW Local 31. But we'll use these platforms to just keep the membership informed, so you know what's going on at the hall and surrounding. So, first and foremost, the Labor Day picnic was a couple weeks ago, and I am just now catching up on sleep. And I know Brother Tony feels exactly the same. We had a ton of folks work very, very hard to put that thing together. It was a massive success. Roughly almost 1,000 folks here projected that came through here. We had a little tickets, but kids and all that didn't necessarily count in that. Great effort. So many people to thank. I would be remiss if I tried. So I just want to say we had almost 50 volunteers come out. Almost 50 people donated some time to their Saturday to give to their brothers and sisters to put that event on. And that's retirees and active members alike. Okay, so I want to just acknowledge that and that effort. And because of that effort, I think we spent roughly $8,000 on that.
A quarter of the cost.
A quarter of the cost. Thank you, brother. $35,000 is about what we spent on average. Anywhere from $27,000 to $35,000 is what we spend on those picnics. Typically, we did this one for $8,000, and we had, a brother with horses. We had face painting. We had a chiropractor doing services. That accept our insurance. We had a game truck, a dunk tank, which I'm still haven't forgiven Glenn's son either. By the way, a couple other children that got me.
Yeah. Bounce houses.
Yeah, bounce houses. So we had a great effort from an awful lot of folks. So I just want to say, massive success, great event. We look forward to doing more, and just keep an eye out for these things when they come up. It's a great opportunity to see what Local 31 is up to and see what the Recreation Committee and all the other committees have in store for you. So,
thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So, at that event, the community service did a backpack drive. With the efforts of everyone donating supplies and donating backpacks, and those efforts included General Motors, which, it tastes terrible coming out of my mouth to say thank you, General Motors, but they did a good job, so we have to acknowledge that. We got 67 total backpacks. 67 total backpacks, and they were loaded up with supplies. The Community Service Committee did a fantastic job getting that together, loading up everything. We got all of those out to both some of the members in need and to Carl B. Bruce Middle School. I dropped off those backpacks to them that week. They were extremely appreciative for the generosity and the compassion of UAW Local 31. So I told them, unfortunately, we had to add GM in there, but they did a good job. All right. Now I'm going to come to everybody's favorite topic, politics. The election is quickly approaching, November 5th. So don't forget to vote. Don't forget to vote. If you are not registered, we are trying to get some voter registration done, both at the union meeting, and we're working to do something maybe in plant. That's going to be a conversation that Doug and I have with the plant manager and the PD, which is personnel director. There you go. So those are upcoming. If you see us at a table when you walk into plant with voter registration, that is the purpose. Listen, we don't care who you vote for, what party you're affiliation with. That is your business, but we want to make sure that 100% of our membership is registered to vote and participating in the process. With that said, we do advocate that you vote for folks, representatives that vote for you, that push legislation that supports union, that are pro-labor. So the CAP committee has done a ton of work over the months, and they have an endorsement list, a labor endorsement list that is in conjunction with the AFL-CIO of Kansas, Tri-County, which is an affiliate of AFL-CIO, and other labor organizations, Local 249, as well on the Missouri side. We will be putting out a voter guide in conjunction with Local 249, so every member, retired and active from both Missouri and the state of Kansas, should be receiving that in the mail, like it or not. I know how some folks feel. You have your prerogative on that. At the end of the day, we are going to represent, we're going to vote for representatives that vote for us. Point blank, period. So this is all about our job. It's not about, anything else. So, speaking of which, I'm going to move on to another subject that's going to be pretty tough for us, for me, for sure. We lost our secretary some weeks ago, and it's been a little rough. Not gonna deny that. Miss Patricia Stewart, she was newly hired, 6-7 weeks working here. She passed away unexpectedly. Our thoughts and prayers are obviously with her family, her children, her husband. It's tough. It's tough. So in the meantime, we have been having our recording secretary fill in the gap again, and we have restarted obviously the job search, which is, as you can imagine, just hard to do when something like that tragically happens. To try to turn that page and have to get back to business, but it's what we have to do. But just wanted to make sure you guys were aware. I know we kind of put out a statement when we, all the details of how we found out, but that's just kind of where we are right now. Back into the job search for a bookkeeper and administrative assistant. Our brother, Vice President, is going to let you know about some of the upcoming events that we have coming up to the hall as we head towards October and November.
So the events for the month of October 26th, the Women's Committee will be doing a Crown Plaza breast cancer walk. This walk starts at 9 o'clock. There will be information out on the floor as well as on the Facebook pages to get registered. Once again, it starts at 9 a.m. Also, that day, we will have our annual trunk or treat, which we have every year. Bring the kids out, put your costumes on, come have a great time. Last year we hit a ball. We plan on doing it again this year. That will start from 1 to 5 p.m. We will also be taking donations for candy. So if you choose to, if you want to give some donations for any type of candy, please bring it over to the hall and drop it off. And also we have red shirts, solidarity red shirts for sale here at the hall, $25. Great design on them, and you can wear them every Wednesday for Red Shirt Wednesday.
Yep. So those shirts were available at the picnic as well. They did really, really well. We still have some here at the hall, and there is a QR code that we putting out in a link that you can order some if we don't have your size on hand. Those will be available as well, and those will get delivered right to your door. All right. Which leads me to the retirees. Lots of conversation for the new retirees. I know traditionally they gave out a clock and or a jacket. Per administrative letter from International that I think we received 2 years ago now, we cannot do that. Point blank period. It is pretty cut and dry. We have, I know our vice president, myself, have kind of tried to work that thing every which angle, and it has been a stone cold no everywhere we turn. So what we were able to work out is we do have inventory of jackets and clocks that were printed up for other retirees that either A, did not take them, B, unfortunately maybe passed away, whatever the case may be. That we have, dozens of clocks back there that can be refurbished and utilized for the new retirees, as well as jackets that were purchased and kind of hanging up there in inventory. Those items we can give away. There is a limited supply in both jackets in sizes and clocks. Any modifications, any refurbishments, we cannot pay for from general dues funds. I tried. Leo wouldn't let me. He's a smart man. He's keeping us out of jail. Okay?
Yes.
We can't do it. So if you are a retiree listening to this, trust me, it is not for lack of trying from Local 31. We attempted, we tried, but we cannot pay for it out of general funds. We get knocked on the audit, and the monitor that's in Detroit, we don't want that. Okay, all of this is stemming from the corruption deal. So all of that, Reader's Digest version. We have jackets. They're yours if you're a new retiree. Take one if it's in your size. If you want to get it refurbished, put your name on it, whatever the case is, that is a cost to you. We can direct you where to go, but we cannot pay for them. Same way with the clocks. We can give you the clock. If it's blank and you love it, perfect. If you would like to get a plate put on there with your name, it's really cheap, $15 tops. But you have to pay for it. The UAW Local 31 cannot do it. All right? I think that at least handles that. Now, in terms of the jackets, there is a link, a QR code. If you want to purchase a new jacket, brand new, custom, Local 31, and put your name on it, right? Let's say we don't got your size and you want to do it that way. You can purchase that at your own cost. That QR code will take you right to the link. You can buy the jacket. It will come delivered to your house with your name on it if you so choose to have that. That is something that we did set up at a discounted rate as a way to kind of make this thing right in some way, shape, or form. There is a lightweight jacket and a little heavier I would call it fall, kind of mid jacket, right? Fall jacket. All right, those two things are available. We're putting them all over the place. Facebook, we got flyers that you can walk up and scan. And if you need help with it, call the hall. We will gladly get you the link, okay? All right. Train tracks. I would like to give a couple special shout outs. We were working diligently, try to get with Wyandotte County, try to get with the unified government, getting a solution on those train tracks. We actually got a conversation with our brother, former President CB, Clarence Brown. He actually pointed us in the right direction with a brother from representative from the SMART Local, which handles all the union aspects of not Pacific, Norfolk Pacific. Yeah. I think that is the train that's in this area, right? And he pointed us in the right direction, and a week and a half later, the roads were shut down and it was getting done. So special thanks to that brother, Ty Dragoo, that got that done from the SMART Local, and a very special thanks to our former president, Clarence Brown, for the assist on that. Thank you kindly, sir. All right, last but not least, car thefts. I know that is a very crappy situation there, and it has been a sore spot for us for a little bit over a year now, man. And trust me, we're going round and round with GM about that. I know Brother Doug has been doing his work on that too. Here's what we have. There is a process that if you have your car's been vandalized on property or stolen, unfortunately, there is some paperwork and an email that you can send with all this information in order to make a claim. All right? You do have some requirements on there, so if you had your car vandalized or if it happens in the future, make sure you notify the local union, your zone, your shop chairman, me, whoever, your committeemen. Make sure they know so that they can get you the paperwork that you need to file a claim. If you have not filed a claim for any vandalism or theft, you need to, if it's not too late. we can't complain about the process if we don't follow it. All right, we can't throw our hands up and say nobody gives a darn or gives a damn if we're not actually doing what we need to do to hold General Motors accountable for what is on their property.
Yep.
And if that's the process that they lay out in front of us, damn it, we got to follow that. If, that's the only way Doug or I or anybody else can go in there and say, hey, when you going to pay out these claims? Hey, when you going to make it right with these members, right? So give us that tool in the toolbox. Get that to your shop chairman so that we can try to hold this damn company accountable for some of the crap that's happening here. With that, I'll turn it over to the VP unless you got anything to say.
I don't have anything else to say. Be safe out there. Make sure you show up at the events. Union meetings coming up, 2 o'clock. Bring your family, bring yourself.
See that? Every third Saturday, 2 o'clock. Every third Saturday, 2 o'clock. Every third Saturday, 2 o'clock. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sisters and brothers. I'm here with Cameron Crandall, and then I have Dontay Wilson with us, our president. I want to come to you live and give you a little bit of update on the negotiations that's been going on around the layoff. Unfortunately for myself, I haven't been able to be involved in a lot of that. For those that don't know, I've been out since last Thursday with pneumonia, and I'm still out till Monday the 23rd. But I want to thank Cameron for everything he's done and the team to fulfill the needs and get this thing moving forward without my presence. And that's what a union's supposed to do, and that's why we have folks in these offices to backfill us. With that said, let's jump right into it. The Personnel Director, Stephen Murphy, is going to be sending over a warn letter, and that's in regards to the state law and federal laws. So they got to let the state know of our layoffs that are coming up. So with that being said, they're going to put out there that the week of November 18th will be the layoff week for the second shift, and approximately 686 members will be involved in that one. As we move forward and get to January of 2025, they don't have a specific date yet, but they're notifying them in the month of January they'll be laying off an additional 759 Division I workers. At that time, there is some talk to bring people back in May of 25 for some training needs, which we're all going to need some things around this electric vehicle. With that being said, everybody understand this is a temporary layoff status. We did avoid the indefinite layoff. This is a good thing. For a lot of members, may be upset that we don't go ILO because it doesn't bring the big money to transfer. Quite frankly, there's not a lot of plants to go to at this time based on LGR's out and Lake Orion's out. So with that being said, TLO takes care of our majority of our membership, and most of you will know as we come in the future, we'll have future literature from the benefits office that's going to show where that helps. And then from the bargaining side, from our contractual side, that's going to help us. And mainly, one of the nature of that's going to be a sub. So with that said, wanted to bring that to you. Now, next week, as early as next week, there's going to be a letter being put out to each individual. It's a survey. This survey is simply just going to be, do you want to work or do you not want to work? It is that simple. Cam, if you got anything to add with that.
So basically, it's going to be a canvas. We will canvas second shift to see who has interest in working. We will canvas first shift to see who has interest in taking a voluntary temporary layoff. We know we may not be able to accommodate everybody in both scenarios, but we are going to do our best to do what we can to get the senior people that want to work and the senior people that want to be laid off, make that happen. We have some additional slots to fill for where the temporaries are at on day shift right now, as well as they want to staff to a higher pool number. So we haven't necessarily agreed on that pool number yet. It could depend on some of the canvas and what the numbers turn to be. But when you get the sheet, please mark your choice and get that back to management. We need to hear from everybody.
So again, as the survey goes out, please get those filled out, get those right back to your group leader or your team leader so we can get those to labor so the manpower committees can start working on that. And as Cameron said, as we move into this, we all know the temporaries will be out in November. That is going to have openings on the first shift along with our pool. We are going to have to adjust for that. As we adjust for the pool, that's going to include things of our ART number that normally we use temporaries for, that will now be using seniority folks for. at that ART number. So that's going to be our long-term disabilities, our FMLAs long-term, and our leave of absences that people take from 30 or 90 days. So with that being said, we just want to get out to you and give you a little short update of what's going on. Let you know that the team has been working hard, and I know the membership has been asking these questions left and right. Answers couldn't be given until we knew what was going on, and got down in front of management and started having these conversations. So they're continuing. They will continue Monday when I get back. They're going to continue tomorrow with Cameron as well and the team. So if you guys have questions, please raise that to your district reps. Your district reps know everything that we know. There's nothing being hidden from anybody. They have the information. They know what we're doing. So if you guys have questions, please raise your hand. Get to your district rep. If they don't have the answer, they'll get it to the zones, and we will get you that answer. I look forward to seeing everybody back in the plan on Monday. That being said, I don't have anything else. I don't know if you
So
do.
just to recap here, just a quick little brief recap. So on Monday, the 23rd, we're going to start canvassing. Okay, that's going to be on both first and second shift. Then the inverted period that we're talking about is going to be from November until January. Okay, that 6 to 8 week period right there is where that's going to be. Then when first shift gets laid off in January, and everybody's going to come back in May. Okay, they're going to have an operating plan in May for when we return on one shift in July, June-ish, July-ish. They haven't gave us an exact date, but they're saying mid-July. So. Just that's what it's going to look like over the next couple of weeks. Planning this out, getting those campuses back, and getting the manpower committees together to get these holes filled. So that's where it's at for the short term. When we come back in May, we will have to reassess and see where we're at.
Okay, President Wilson, do you have anything? All right, with that, folks, have a great day.